I mean, I have a hard enough time doing one business. How do you do four? I know I talked to Sharon and Jordan before this, and they said that you don't sleep. So that's one way, right? You increase, that's an extra
Yeah.
8 hours of your
Yep.
day you get back if you don't sleep at night. So how do you focus across all four?
Yeah. Yeah. I think Sharon and Jordan are right. I don't particularly sleep that much, but honestly, it's because I love what I do. I never feel like I'm working, and I'm just having a blast right now doing all this. I think the main thing though, and when I, started all of these brands with everyone, was the key was finding really amazing co-founders that could be my partners. Because if it was just me, there's no way I could do this on my own. I think that I was really lucky to find co-founders that had complementary and different skill sets than I did. And so I feel like I know where I can jump in and add a lot of value, and they're adding value in complete opposite ways. And so that was really the main thing was it starts with finding amazing co-founders. Then it sort of expands out, and you have to also have an amazing team. And so we have an amazing team. We give each of the teams a lot of autonomy. So everyone in each of the businesses have massive amounts of autonomy. And it's like, look, you're going to make mistakes. Try to minimize the big mistakes because you can't have too many big mistakes. But really let everyone run, minimize mistakes, and communicate, work together as a team. And so that's allowed me to run a few different brands at the same time. Because to your point, there is only limited hours in the day, and so that's really how we try to set it up from the start.
Yeah, no, I mean, it makes a ton of sense. So let's talk about those three brands. The numbers that we talked about are pretty unprecedented. So going from 4 million in combined revenues to 75 in 2 years, or in a year, basically.
Yeah.
Just doesn't happen very often. And I mean really, really rarely. It might never happen for you again, right? So it'll be really interesting to reflect as you look back, when you're 20, 30 years from now on this period. But for you, what would you attribute that success to, right? What would you say has driven you guys to have that kind of dramatic growth in such a short period of time?
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you. Because I'm in it. I still feel like we're in the infancy of the business. Like I kind of know,
totally.
like, look, I kind of know, like, outward facing, that's a lot of revenue. It honestly doesn't sound that big to me when we talk about it, just because I'm in it, right? So I'm already thinking about next year and kind of where we're going.
Totally.
But I know it does sound pretty sizable. I think there were a couple key things, right? We already talked about the co-founders, so I had great co-founders, so I won't go into that. I think the other thing is that I think I have a really great right-hand guy on the ops side. I think we set the ops up the right way to be able to allow us to scale, because a lot of companies get really stuck trying to scale from an operational standpoint. And then I think the third thing is that to build digital first, brands, right? There's a few elements to that I think Sharon and Jordan and Ann and the Dolans, they're all particularly good at, which is like community building and brand building, which is one. Mm-hmm. And then you have to be good at everything today to scale a brand and have high growth and do it profitably, right? So it's like this flywheel, right? You got to want to lead with a great quality product. You have to have that or you're not going anywhere. After you have a quality product, you have to be really strong at creative, content, social, influencer marketing, paid acquisition, a really strong retention strategy, and then all of those things, right? Literally, if one of those pieces isn't working, you're going to get stuck and you're not going to scale. So it's that part is the hardest part to do, which is having all of those things run smoothly at the same time. And I think for us, that's like what really, allowed us to scale pretty quickly.